Hello Galactic family. The word of the day to describe our present times is disconcerting, which means that this energy can be confusing, embarrassing, and often frustrating. Many simply feel everything all over the place. In a moment they are full of the most incredible happiness, and in the next moment arise uncertainties and anxiety. The lack of rhythm relative to this energy has become a challenge to write about it, and how it changes very rapidly. I will do my best to summarize what is happening. Memories and emotions resurface. Whether it is through dreams or brief moments in which a memory arises, everything is coming to the surface. The intensity of this depends on where you are in your process. For some of us it may be the first time we have actually seen our depths. We feel sadness and anger. Honor these feelings, let them have a voice no matter how ugly they may seem. For others, there is the permission to remove more layers, forgiving and loving us more and more. For me and some of my clients, the universe has orchestrated events that have shown us where we still have deep hidden wounds, even with all the inner work we have done, so that we can finally release them. The good news is that we now have the tools to do just that. I asked my guides how to deal with the emotions that are emerging, and I was very clearly told that I have a choice, that I can access the emotions and relive them, or I can see them from a higher perspective and make sense wrong that I might have. It is a matter of understanding that being able to see the larger picture as much as we can allows us to walk quietly from duality and victimization to pure personal power. An obligation for the complete embodiment of the soul. I was talking to Kuan Yin about how many are drowning in the waves of emotions, unable to keep their heads above water. She told me very clearly that sometimes one must drown in order to find out what makes her breathe, and reminded me of the times when I too was drowning, holding myself to things that did not serve for any reason, and how much I grew up after releasing them. The point here is that if you are submerged in the emotions and negativity of this world, change your focus and find what makes you breathe, which makes your heart sing. We can be lost in the depths of liberation, which is happening on this planet, and this takes us away from our true mission, which is to merge with our soul, physically and energetically. Wow! Simply wow! I find myself drifting between these outbursts of inspiration and just wanting to sit and stare at the wall. With the amount of light increasing on the planet, every moment, we are being challenged in many ways. Many are experiencing exacerbated ascension symptoms such as upset stomachs, exhaustion, insomnia, and a resurgence of old wounds. Wherever your weak point is, mine is in the back. It may be acting. The nervous system for many people is the mechanism that reacts to the increase in light. This feeling of fatigue, but connected, can cause problems in those with autoimmune diseases and other chronic conditions. We are also receiving massive updates on our bodily systems. It may be in the chakras, in the functioning of the brain, in the endocrine and metabolic systems. Be very aware of your body's needs. I recommend that you not be rigid in anything, but follow the flow of the body. One must understand that in general, if a body holds as much light as possible now, that the human form is being discarded, leaving only the spirit. This is not to be this time. We are continuing our journey with our intact forms, and there is no manual that tells us exactly what is needed. Part of this is you realize that you are the authority over you. We can get advice and insights from other people, but at the end of the day, it is you who must trust in yourself. On the positive side, many capabilities are opening up for us. And again here we must take responsibility for everything we exhibit, and what we allow. This is our reality, our creation, and we must deal with it. The way we connect is also deeper. None of this is out there, but within us. Connect yourself through the heart and allow your soul to become your greatest guide. Changes in timelines. The bottom lines of the temp are crumbling at a very fast pace. We are really moving in energy terms, and this is going to continue until April. When a timeline collapses, it can be as simple as an apparent redirection to major changes in life. While this is difficult to understand and accept, it is important to rely on the fact that everything is happening for the highest good in the long run. This also explains why many are feeling provoked, is so that these emotions can be released and the timeline where they remain are undone. Take a moment and notice that even painful things are a gift that demonstrate that you are here so that you can make different choices. Pay attention to the surroundings and all the emotions you are experiencing, because they are clues as to how often you are holding on. The fastest way to move from one frequency to another is to express gratitude for everything, even the painful parts. Below is a brief channeling of Kuan Yin. I hope you are all well and see clearly where the frequencies are parting so that you can choose your reality and your focus. I send everyone a lot of love. Greetings. It's me, Kuan Yin. We hope you can see on the horizon the winds of change that are touching every part of your planet. It is a miraculous moment, in which each one of you wanted and chose to be a part. There is not a single area that is not being affected by everything that is happening. We have already talked to you about the separation of frequencies, and it really started. For those who have positioned themselves in the higher frequencies, there is a mental ease at this time. This is not to say that everything is perfect and joyful at every moment, but that you are aware that you have the tools to deal with anything that comes your way. Think of a boat in a storm. The wave can cover the bow and you submerge for a moment, but the boat always rises again, and continues to float. For those who are constantly underwater, continually struck by the waves, we ask them, what is overwhelming them? What must be changed and set aside internally, so that you do not anchor them anymore to a reality that drowns them little by little? For you to see, this is simple. When you follow your heart and not the preconceived limitations of the world, you will find yourself rising to meet any challenge. As the frequencies continue to separate, it is an opportunity for each of you to discover exactly what you would like in your personal reality. The new earth has been built and anchored as a possible reality for each person. However, each one must decide how this realm will look and be perceived by him. Each of you is a creator, and it is only you who determines what limitations you place on creation. We are here to say that there are no limitations except those that still reside in your belief system. Now is the time to realize your power, your ability to interact and change everything. The manifestation is quicker now to show you the power that each of you holds. It is up to each person to look critically at their thoughts, actions and the energy being projected and received. Because what was previously subtle is no longer. That is why we ask each of you to be aware of the energies that all outside influences bring, because they can affect your ability to maintain balance and centralization. When you are not centered on your own being, the fluctuations of the coming light will require a toll on your physical and emotional well-being. We are asking each person to connect to the new earth grid, anchor it fully into their being, by sustaining unconditional love for everyone in their hearts. We hope that you are feeling enthusiastic, while everything around you changes and everything that you have worked for materializes. With much love and admiration. Kuan Yin.